Okay, what's up, everybody? This is the Monstrositous one, Monstrositous X, and I'm coming to you, aka J. DeLille, the artist for Goddamn Comics. Okay, welcome to the Goddamn, the place where creators come to create shit. And I'm just showing y'all the very first Comicsgate statue. Made for Comicsgate, by Comicsgate, and I am Comicsgate. So, this is going to be the EVS Wrekt CYBERFROG Wrekt Planet JAE cover statue. So, this is CYBERFROG kicking that Vespis, and as you know, if you've seen the whole cover, let me pull back so you'll see. It's going to have the entire Vespis, and there's going to be rocks down here breaking over, right here there's going to be rocks bent over, broken, and in the back you're going to see where the rocks are breaking over, or have cracked, or the flat surface where it's broken and it's falling over. And this is basically going to be straight up like that, because on the cover all you see is the top, and this is straight up, and you can see it puts them in a different angle. I have to secure that. That's going to be done by tonight. I'm going to do that tonight, secure this. And it just rained outside, so I'm going to have to wait to get some more wood, because I'm going to use that as a filler, so I'm not using all my clay. I got about 140 pounds of clay, and so I got my hard and medium, I think it is. The medium was way soft. The hard is what you need for really small parts like fingers and toes and stuff like that. So, or for face design and really intricate shit, you want the hard so that it doesn't keep moving around a lot. So, this is I'm gonna have to move this part up, because when I first started this months ago, I was strictly going by the drawing, the cover, the JAE cover. So I was trying this. It only has 4 legs. Here's the 1 and 2. This is the second one right here on the left side of the Vespis, and over here behind there's 2 more limbs, and I'm gonna have to add 2 more, because now, since I've seen the toys that EVS made, and I've also been watching videos on wasps and paper wasps. So right here there's gonna be a stem. See, the cover, it doesn't have a lot of the body. You can't really see. You can only see about this much, right? You can only see about this much. The top of the abdomen over here, the top of the abdomen, and then you see the spray of blood and a leg here, and that's what I was creating. But it didn't feel right, because again, I didn't know what all of this looked like. This is all blocked, so I didn't know what this looked like, and I have to straighten this head up to more of that type of an angle. And I have to bring the foot down. That's another thing I kept finding there was a problem, and I couldn't put my finger on it. But the head, his foot is supposed to be down here at the bottom of his face, and it's kind of pushing up. So he looks like he's jumping up into his face. This guy looks like he's jumping down, and I don't like that. So I'm going to move the head up, like up to here. And the head's going to get bigger. This is going to be bigger, because I've been measuring, and the head is about as big as CYBERFROG's body. So I'm going to move this up so that his foot lands on the bottom of the face, and then the mandibles. That's what these wires for the mandibles. That's going to be. I'm going to probably curve them back so that I can put the clay and some aluminum foil on that, but first I have to move this stuff around. And then I'm going to move this thorax or body up here, because I don't know how EVS has his toy, but he's got about this much neck. And I figured that's to allow the Vespas's head to move around, right? Give the head some play. So as I was watching videos on paper wasps and wasps, I saw one about this executioner, this dude who was running around getting stung by different types of bugs that stung, like bullet ants and all kinds of shit like that. I thought the motherfucker was crazy as fuck, but he showed this executioner wasp. This motherfucker is huge, and it stung his ass, and he was writhing around on the ground for a minute now, and he was saying how fucking that he definitely won over the bullet ant and these other creatures that he had been getting stung by all day. So anyway, I'm gonna move this part of the body up to here. I'm gonna leave a little space, about this much, unless that's. I'm gonna try and talk to EVS and see if he's gonna give me like permission to do this, because I wanna put this up on Indiegogo, and I don't know anything about the statue business, and I know it's supposed to be resin, so that's what makes it valuable. I know I'm going to charge. I'm not going to charge because this is going to be big. If you can see, this is my hand, but it's kind of close, so I'm going to put it behind so you can see how big it's going to be. Just from pinky to tip of thumb, tip of pinky to tip of thumb, that's like 10 inches. So it's going to be well over, and that's not even touching the base. It's going to be well over 20 inches, or close to 20 inches when getting up to the tip of the finger. And then, and you see that bobble is mostly from the base. It's not secure. So once it's secured, it's not going to hardly move. See, I'm holding on to this abdomen. Once that's secured, and all of the clay and most of the weight is going to be at the base. But once that's secured, it's going to be pretty stable. And then when I put the clay and everything, see, this is just going to be the main mold. You're going to have to make a mold of this and then print, and then make a bunch of copies out of it. But I'm going to put this, because I seen EVS had it. JAE drew like a different type of bug. He drew the abdomen and then the body disintegrating all between here, and then you couldn't really see much what was going on up here. So I had to make it up. But I started working on mite, and that's still coming. This is going to help me relax a little bit and give me time to work on mite a little bit more. Not that I need to work on mite the way as far as the stories. That's coming right along. It's my artwork. I have to learn how to ink better, and it's not coming the way I want to. And if I don't like it, I don't want to put out something that people know I don't like. So I want to be satisfied with what the work that I'm putting out. So this is going to give me, this will only take me like a week. It might take me a year to put out mite. So this will take me about a week or two to get fully finished. And then there's going to be another statue in the back, because if you remember, the statue has Heather right about here jumping off for something with an axe in her hand. Well, I'm putting that back there. You see that mound of clay back there? Let me see if I can get that in the shot. See that mound of clay back there? That's probably going to be right where, further back, just a little bit more. That's where Heather's jump off point. See, I'm gonna measure. I'm gonna use a straight piece of wire to bend along CYBERFROG's leg and body to get his height, and EVS says she's only a couple of inches taller than him, so I'm going to gauge his height, and then I'm going to use that piece of wire to put her body back there. I'm gonna make sure that enough of her leg from her knee up is showing over this abdomen in the back. And then what I think I'm gonna do is shorten this. I'm gonna shorten this way. Push this way a little bit because it's a little bit wide. See, straightening up this abdomen is gonna do stuff. It's gonna help to do that, but I'm also gonna wanna. I don't want to cover Heather. And then in the back on the ground, it's gonna be two statues because on the ground behind here, there's gonna be rocks here blocking it, but there's gonna be another Vespas, just the top half, like from here up to his face and some of the wings. But you're just going to see here up, and that's what Heather's going to be jumping down with her axe, chopping on. So it's going to be two statues. This is going to be the first one, and I figure, because a statue of this size usually goes for about $900, I figure. So I figure anywhere from $600 to $700, $657. As long as I can get everything paid for and get this put into resin, because it might be a lot of things that's going to have to be taken apart, and I don't know how to do that, like these arms. The arm might need to be taken apart. Oh yeah, let me show you one more piece that's going to be on this. This is why it's easily going to be a $900 statue, because Lily's going to be here. I already got Lily. See, as you can see. Hold on, she's got him by the neck in a headlock, so you can see I'm putting her on here. And I'm gonna build mold CYBERFROG first, and then I'm gonna mold Lily so I get all the dimensions of her hoodie and how she's grabbing it right, and then I'm gonna stick it to her, make sure that it can stick to him. And maybe I might have like a peg that goes down into CYBERFROG's back, and it slides down in there, and her foot just stick out. Now let me see if I can make this stick like this. Okay, yeah. Now that wire coming up out of her butt right there is for the bag, but I'm gonna have that. I'll redo that and put it up, coming out from between her shoulders, so that the bag is up in the air and you're not seeing any of that. Or that could be the strap that the bag is on. Either way, the bag is going to be bouncing up off of her back, and you can see that her leg is bent. This is her bent leg in the back there, coming up behind him, and her leg going out into her other leg going. So behind her, right there in the back, is going to be Heather jumping off. You're going to be able to see that, and they're going to fit together, because the Vespas on the ground coming up is going to be coming up the rocks towards this Vespas, and Heather's going to be jumping off to kill that Vespas on the ground over here. And so that's going to be able to separate. They're going to be able to slide right together and like have like a little niche for each other's molds to fit into, and they, as you could slide them together. So I figured the Heather one could cost about anywhere from 5 to 6, and this one's going to cost anywhere from 6 to 7. I'm not going to charge $900, even though it's going to be highly detailed. Another thing I'm going to ask EVS is, I'm going to put some the video that I was watching about the executioner wasp. I'm gonna show some of the design. I'm gonna have to take a picture and show the design, because it's different from how EVS's toy looks. If that's what he would rather show, that's why I said I want to talk to him, so that it's more or less to where he likes it. It's everything, I don't want to deviate too far, but I'm gonna have 4 legs here, right? 2 on the left, 2 on the right, and then from here down is going to be tearing apart, and the one leg is going to be back here, and the other one is going to be up here, so it's going to have 6 legs. And so part of the thorax area is going to be tearing apart right about in here, and then right about here is going to be the bottom half connected to the stem, and then that's going to be like, that's where the blood and everything's going to be draining across. you're going to be connecting these two separating parts, and right up in here is going to be one leg in the back of the thorax, the thorax area, the back part over in this area, and then the other part of on the left side or the right side of the insect is going to be up over this way coming out, and that's going to be tearing away. So as he's kicking it, you're going to actually see the whole bug, and the guts is going to be coming out. You're going to see all of that. Everything is going to be there. So should only take me about, by tomorrow, I should have this moved, aluminum moved into place and packed in tight enough. I have to redo the head, make it bigger, and move it, tilt it up this way a little bit more, because it's more or less kind of perpendicular. But I don't want it 190. I don't want it straight up and down. I want it slightly tilted back this way, just ever so slightly. And then his foot will be lowered down this way, while the head has to be, because this is all one piece leading right up into his leg. And then I use different wires to make it lighter, but this is heavier wire up in here, going all through here to the abdominal and down to the base, holding everything in place. So I have to connect. I'm gonna have to slice out a piece, add another wire to stabilize it, and then I'm gonna get a piece of wood to stick. I'm gonna do that last, because I need to wait till the wood dries out some, and then I'm gonna cut it and put it in the oven for a little while, dry it up some more, and then put it in there, just so that I don't use as much clay. And then I'll smear clay over in this in the abdomen. There's a piece of wood, so it's just to help me save on some of the clay. Yeah, then I'm gonna anchor that to the base, and it'll be all hidden inside the clay, making this more stable. Making this more stable. It's going to be up in the air and more stable, and then everything else will be more crunched together a little bit with Heather in the background. That's going to be a different statue, and I'll be cutting the base in half. But I'm going to start. I don't know if I'm have her facing a little bit towards this way instead of facing, because both of them were facing, left to right. So I might have Heather facing sort of this way, jumping towards the screen this way. I'm thinking about that. Look how dirty my nail is. Oh, it looks dirty. It's probably going to look horrible. But anyway, yeah, I'm going to keep doing updates all week. I'm going to be working on this every day. And all I have to do after that is smear some clay on the top, because I want to keep it as light as possible up top. And then once I get everything covered into the thickness that I want, because I'm going to thicken up the calf muscle area here. I got to thicken up the quadriceps up here, and the hamstring here. This is pretty much set, but I got to make sure it's compact enough so where it's not pushing around when I put the clay on it. It has to be firm. All of this has to be firmly packed on, and then I got to pack the body, put some more weight, meat to the head, and because all of that can't be all clay. I want to build most of it is going to be aluminum foil, just to cover the weight, to make sure that the weight is light, because all of these wires here are pretty heavy, and these are all longer than necessary, just so I can make sure that I got the legs long enough and in proportion. But then I'm going to bend everything to where they're supposed to be. All of this, next time you see it, everything should be covered in aluminum foil. The balls for his shoulders should be in there, even though they're going to be a little lopsided looking, because I don't have anything round to put there as a substitute to make it perfectly round. But I'll get it to the shape that I want. I'm pretty good with shapes by hand, freehand. So, yeah. This is going to be a nice statue. It's going to be big. And then after I'm finished this one, I'm going to get back to Mite. Because I just want to show y'all that I can produce and get the work out to y'all. That I'm not flaky. I want to make sure y'all know this. And so, this will be able to do tops. It should take about a month to find somebody to get this molded and transformed into resin, and then we can mass produce it after that. At least maybe 50 to 100. I don't know if if he want me to limit it, or if he'll let me do it at all. EVS. I'm gonna talk to him and send him an email. I'm gonna tag him on Twitter and let him see the video. And maybe if he likes it, maybe he'll let me do it. It would help me out a lot, because that kind of money coming in at this point would be very beneficial, and it would help to alleviate a lot of the stress that I've been putting on myself with knowing that I have to compete with a lot of these professional comic book artists. And so I've been putting a lot of pressure to perform and to make sure that my art looks good. And I have been failing in my own eyes. That's why I'm talking about the pressure that I've been putting on myself. So this is helping me to alleviate that little bit of pressure and disappointments that I've been experiencing. And this I know I can. And not only this, working in 3 dimensions is going to help my art. No doubt about it. Being able to see 3-dimensionally is going to help my art 2-dimensionally. So anybody who's an artist who wants to improve their art, I suggest 3-dimensional. Get yourself some clay. It cost me, for 50 pounds, it cost me $150, $60, something like that, plus shipping and handling. So it cost me all together. It costs around, plus the shipping and handling, I think it costs somewhere around $150, $160. It might be more expensive now. I've only done a couple of statues, but of some of my characters. A character that's going to be coming to the Mike universe down the line with blackmail. So I won't be showing that because he's a badass character, and I'm not gonna. Even if I showed it, I won't be able to tell you who he is. So, and it's not finished. So, but it's gonna have some of the designs that I'm putting on there. You'll be able to see that, and I'm not ready to show him yet. Besides, I've been doing too much worrying about other characters. That's another thing. I have so many characters that my brain is like all over the place, and I'm trying to think of how to get these guys in instead of working with what I've got, and the rest will come later. I have already 3 characters coming in with Mike as it is, so I can't keep worrying about all these other guys. And I think that's just my way of diverting from the issues. I gotta learn to ink. And I read that inked book. So, but anyway, this is the statue. And we'll be getting into Mike another time. But for now, let me see if I can pull back a little bit, let you see. Okay. It's going to be a big one. Like I said, I want to try and lessen the space, because here there's going to be that stem that comes from the abdomen to the thorax, and that's not that big. It's only going to be from here to about here, and then this is where there's going to be a piece of the thorax area that's tearing away, and one of the legs. So I got to add another set of legs, 2 more legs, and then I have to bring all of this up. So I'm going to have to take all of this apart and then bring this up. I think I'm going to scrunch this area a little bit towards this way. I'm gonna just ball everything up and push it this way, and that's gonna push CYBERFROG's ass back, because there's no way of shortening him. Because from what I can tell, the abdomen is gonna get bigger, and according to the size of the head, the thorax area is going to be, and then I got to put the wings on. There's 4 wings to put on, and I already built those. Well, I already built 2 of them. I can't see it. If I could reach it. Oh boy, I didn't think about this before I started the video. So now I just tore up my wings. Here's one of the wings. You can see I had to bend it up. me see if I can pull back a little. So okay, here's one of the wings. See, so I have to re-gauge how big that's gonna be. I got 2 of these, and it's 4 altogether, so I gotta make another 2. So for the size of the bug, I gotta make sure the wings are big enough. I think I'll have to make these a little bit smaller. But let me see. Okay, this is a little bit better. This is a little bit better. You see. All right. The cardboard is so that y'all can see all of the wire that's going to be the arms and the legs. Before I took it with a black background and all of that disappeared. I took a picture. You can see the mandibles, the back leg. All of that's going to be covered with aluminum foil next time. Just like the antenna, the legs are going to be covered just like that. But the next time it's going to have 6 legs, and I'm going to be trying to develop the tearing body of the Vespus so that you can see the separating legs. And yeah, that's basically it. I think that's it. Lily up there, and you're gonna have Heather in the back jumping down with her axe, and the Vespus in the back down there, but you won't be able to see it except for on the other side, because when this rotates, see, I got it on a rotating thing here, so you'll be able to see there's clay and stuff in the back there. So the Vespus is going to be crawling up over here, and then Heather will be jumping from that corner over to this way to kill that bug that's crawling up there. The Vespus is crawling up here, so you're going to have the top half of the Vespus crawling up here, and Heather's going to be jumping off that mound. I'm going to raise it up just a little bit, just so I make sure I get enough of her leg showing. Her knee has to be showing, but I can't have too much to where, because on the cover, her head I think only comes up to about here. So I'm not mistaken. Her head and her arms are back behind her, so you have to be able to see, like from her knee to her head. You'll see that right there. I can't make the flying rocks all over the place. That's what made me think of the rock breaking down here. So you'll see the rock, and you'll see crumbling rocks all on our base. But that's all I could do as far as that's concerned. So yeah, I hope you guys like this, and I'll be back with more. Every day we should be showing another video. All right now. Peace out. So all my monstrosities, to my monster squad out there, my monstrosities, my bestial forms, and my demonics, get back at me, come back. Oh no, this is the goddom. This isn't the pit. So this is the goddom where we create. So for all you gods or the demigods out there, come back and witness the miracle of sculpting. All right, y'all. I'm out.